Alrighty, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I knew it was a thing, but I didn't really grasp just how much this new feature will impact your city. So, how's it hanging, dudes and dudettes? My name is Shawn, and my pronouns are cities and skylines. So, like and subscribe if you want to, or not. All is well either way. But it'd be super cool if you did, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Okay, alright. So, pathfinding. What is it? Why are people overlooking its importance? It's super significant for four main reasons. You will see there are four factors that your citizens will take into account when picking a destination. This is called pathfinding. The four main reasons is a variety, and we'll get into those. But the main reason, I think, is the behavior aspect, in my opinion anyway. With Sims possibly getting lost or taking risky maneuvers, you will find things like this car narrowly avoiding the public transport tram. And like he did that on purpose to quickly whip around, but why would you wait for that long? It's because it could be a drunk driver, right? I mean, this aspect will factor in drunk driving and other risks and all that. What if you have uneducated citizens primarily? Will you have a bunch of bad decision-making Sims just wreaking havoc for your first responders and road crews, right? Will there be road rage? Does this confirm high-speed chases? This could potentially be a disaster of your own making if you don't plan ahead, like even down to your basic intersections. They will just avoid them altogether if they're spaghetti interchange, right? So and that which could make your whole other city back up in different areas. So let's go ahead and take a look at the breakdown provided by the dev diary, and let's discuss it. All right, let's really get into the meat of this pathfinding cost, right? The core of pathfinding calculations is four aspects: time, comfort, money, and behavior. Time is an important factor when calculating a path. While other factors affect pathfinding, time is usually the most important, as all agents tend to seek the quickest route to their destination. That's first and foremost. But if they can't find the quickest route, a bunch of other variables start to come in. And that's is what I think is crazy about pathfinding, especially the overhauled version they have now in the new game, right? When considering only the travel time, a small road can be shorter, but its travel speed is lower than the longer highway's travel speed. So the agent chooses the highway in most scenarios if the highway is an overall quicker route. Comfort is an important factor in pathfinding and includes planning the route to be as smooth as possible, avoiding unnecessary turns at intersections, as well as finding a suitable parking spot or public transport stop to get off at. Comfort is calculated directly to the pathfinding cost, with each option adding to the overall cost. So it's almost like tiers. Like it's like, okay, this is the quickest route. Now after this is the quickest route, what's the best parking spot? And after that parking spot, okay, am I taking the tram? Okay, where's the best stop to get off at, right? And so they might not even shop in certain areas because there's just not a good tram stop there, and they're primarily a public transport person. You might be in a car. If there's not a parking spot there, you're going to have less activity in certain areas. So this is like a really kind of a big thing, comfort, right? How easy is it to get there? What's the parking like? Is the parking going to be, is it going to cost you anything? Do you have to pay to park, right? So there's a lot of things that could actually affect comfort. But we're getting to behavior. Money comes first, though. So money comes into pathfinding choices in the form of fuel usage and potential parking fees. So does that mean they'll have to have gas stations nearby? Is that a thing, right? There's a lot more questions than answers. Citizens weigh travel and parking costs and compare them to other travel options, as well as walking, to see which option is quick, comfortable, and affordable. So if there's not a lot of parking, or parking's highly priced, or there's not like a public transport and it's just down the block, they might just walk down there. They might just walk to the grocery store, right? So in the case of delivery vehicles, the cost of resources they transport increase the further away they are delivered. As a result, selling resources and goods locally is more cost effective for the companies, as the deliver costs are lower than hauling the cargo to the outside connection. So there's going to be a lot more management when it comes down to companies and them providing certain things and them getting to certain areas and them providing their resources and their goods and making them get around. And okay, so we have an orchard and it makes more sense to, deliver our orchards to town instead of shipping them out, right? So like a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't know. But I really want to get into the money aspect. I think it's going to be a lot more than what we think is going on there. There's a lot of questions to be had. But what I like to focus on mainly in this video is the behavior. Behavior refers to agents' willingness to make dangerous decisions in traffic, like what I showed you earlier, such as making a U-turn. Citizens and delivery vehicles are less likely to make dangerous decisions in traffic to cut pathfinding costs, while emergency vehicles have a more lenient behavior model so that they can navigate the road network during emergencies and make dangerous pathfinding decisions if necessary. That's kind of crazy. So it says citizens delivery vehicles are less likely to do that, but from what we see, that means either this person who almost gets swiped by this tram is either a drunk driver or like they just realized they were going the wrong direction. But there's a lot of variables like that you can't, like the days of cars lining up in one queue line on a 4-lane road and they're only on one lane, like all that is over with. Like we're going to be having some crazy cars. Like they're going to be doing some crazy stuff. I know they look a little cartoony, they're kind of little bouncy and stuff like that, but I think a lot of the footage in the trailer is kind of sped up, and if it's not, I mean, I'm sure there's a mod where we can even that out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Wow. Okay. So, yes, behavior. It's mind blowing to me that somebody can just like cut across traffic and cause like a 4-car pileup. It's just crazy. Okay. So, pathfinding also accounts for the traveler's age group. For teens, the most important factor is money. They seek out cheap options when traveling. So, if you have like a really nice, cool nightlife in a certain area, a certain district that's really cool with shopping centers and stuff like that, you might want to have a lot of free parking. Otherwise, a lot of the teens and stuff aren't going to travel over that way. So there's a lot to take into consideration whenever you're building your city, right? So adults value time, so the quickest route is usually the best for them. And seniors prefer a high comfort level. As long as the comfort cost is small, seniors tend to choose that option. So citizens weighing all pathfinding factors when making decisions, aiming for the lowest overall pathfinding cost. This is what is just amazing to me. The fact that by age groups, by different financial situations, like each citizen is going to be taking a different way, and potentially every single time they might take a different way. Like it depends on where they're living at and what their financial situation is and what they're driving, or if they're driving, or how your public transport is and what your kind of district, like you could set certain district ordinances and stuff like that. So I think all that stuff is going to come into effect, and I think it's just amazing. I really do. I can't wait to see what kind of situations my citizens are going to get into. But anyways, don't forget that tomorrow morning there is a highlights feature that many are already currently waiting for. There is so much information that is being thrown at us that it's really easy to miss the gravity of some of these new features and AI overhauls. I hope I shed some light on this new feature for you guys, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really let it sink in until yesterday about what it means for you as a builder to have this sort of behavior variability between your citizens. So until next time, kindly piss off.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen them drop.